Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is November 7th, 2023, and it's reported that Atletico de Madrid have reached out to Marcos Alonso's agent. Also, it's reported that Barcelona are looking to recall Lenglet from loan. And finally, it's being reported that Real Betis could end up activating the clause in Chadi Riad's contract. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. It only takes a second, and in doing this, you'll be helping this small and humble channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kickback. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you hit the bet us. Both links are down below in the description. Now, I begin with the news that Barcelona suffered its first defeat in the Champions League today at the hands of Shakhtar Donetsk, losing 1-0 in Germany. And with this, Barcelona squandered their opportunity to qualify to the Champions League knockout stages, which is something that Barcelona have not done in 2 seasons. Now, Barcelona needed either a win or a draw in order to qualify to the knockout stages, and with this loss, Barcelona are still not in the knockout stages, and therefore they will have to look for that qualification against Royal Antwerp or Porto, or even both. Now, I did do a post-match live analysis after the match ended, so if you do want to hear my thoughts and opinions about the match between Barcelona and Shakhtar Donetsk, make sure to check out that video. Now, in the post-match press conference, Xavi Hernandez did address the situation, or did address the team's performance against Shakhtar Donetsk. And in regards to that, Xavi Hernandez said, "We played one of the worst games since I arrived 2 years ago. We are not there mentally. We are doing things wrong in general. We have problems offensively and defensively. We have to get the players back so they feel comfortable on the pitch. An important step must be taken. We must bring out pride, character, and self-love. Recently, we were playing very well, and that happens during the season. We have to find ourselves. It's more of a mental issue more than a physical or game issue." Now, I usually tend to agree with Xavi Hernandez's statements in the post-match press conferences. I've always said that I do like that Xavi tends to do self-criticism of himself and of the team, which is something that I've always admired. But I really think that he completely missed the target here. And I don't know if he was either being disingenuous in order not to raise alarms or not to worry the public too much, or if he truly believes the words that he has said. I really hope that it's the first one, that he's being disingenuous, because if Xavi truly believes what he said, then we're in deep, deep trouble. Now, you might wonder what exactly I'm disagreeing with, or why do I believe that Xavi Hernandez missed the target. And well, it starts with the first sentence where he says that Barcelona have played the worst match in 2 years that he has been at the helm of the team. And that's completely disingenuous, because this is not the worst match since Xavi Hernandez became the coach of Barcelona, because I've seen the same exact match before. I saw it against Real Sociedad over this weekend. I saw it against Granada. I saw it against Mallorca. I saw it against Getafe. I've seen it over and over again this season. So no, this is not the worst match in 2 years. We have seen this match play out time and time again this season, and this is not counting all the same exact matches that we had during the second half of past season. Now, another part of Xavi's statements where he completely is being disingenuous, or where he completely misses the mark, is where he says that we have recently been playing good football, which is an absolute joke, because Barcelona has not been playing good football. In fact, Barcelona have played 12 matches in La Liga and 4 in the Champions League, so that's a total of 16 matches. And out of 16 matches, the team has only had 2 good matches, one in La Liga against Real Betis, and one in the Champions League against Royal Antwerp. So that's 14 matches where the team has had awful performances time and time again. So I don't know what exactly is Xavi Hernandez talking about when he says that Barcelona have been recently playing well. Now, I'm not going to dig more into the topic because I've said plenty about Xavi Hernandez and his tactics in the post-match live analysis. So if you are curious to hear my thoughts about Xavi Hernandez and whether he should continue being Barcelona's coach, make sure you check out that video. Now on to the news that's being reported that Atletico Madrid have reached out to Marcos Alonso's agent. Now Marcos Alonso has not been getting too much playing time during this season, and as I reported previously, Barcelona have decided to let Marcos Alonso go, whose contract does expire this upcoming summer. But Barcelona are hopeful that maybe they can offload him during the winter transfer market in order to make some money off his sale. But if not, Barcelona will allow Marcos Alonso's contract to lapse next summer, so the Spanish defender will not continue with the club. Now, it's being reported that Atletico Madrid are interested in signing Marcos Alonso, and they have reportedly reached out to his agent, and they have informed Marcos Alonso's agent that they would like to sign him the upcoming summer as a free agent. So it looks like Marcos Alonso could have a new team this upcoming summer. Now, speaking of defenders, it's reported that Barcelona are considering recalling Clement Lenglet from his current loan. Now, Clement Lenglet was sent to Aston Villa on loan this past summer, where Aston Villa agreed to cover 75% of the salary of the French defender. However, ever since his arrival in Aston Villa, Clement Lenglet has failed to impress his coaches, and as a result, he has played 0 minutes in the Premier League, and his only appearances have been in the Europa Conference League. Now, as a result of Clement Lenglet's lack of minutes and his inability to impress his current coaches, it's being reported that Barcelona are considering recalling Clement Lenglet as soon as this winter transfer market, so they can loan him out to another team in Spain, because it's reported that there are several teams in La Liga who are interested in taking Clement Lenglet on loan, such as Real Betis or Sevilla. Now, if Barcelona do this could end up helping or benefiting the club, because by sending Clement Lenglet on loan during the winter transfer market to a team where perhaps he could succeed and get more playing time, then Barcelona have a higher chance of offloading Clement Lenglet to that team on a permanent basis during the summer, versus allowing Clement Lenglet to stay in Aston Villa till next summer, where, well, it's looking like he's 100% sure will be coming back to Barcelona. Now, one player who is impressing on his loan is Chadi Riad, who Barcelona sent out on loan to Real Betis this past summer. Now, thanks to the sale of Luis Felipe and to the injury of Marc Bartra, Chadi Riad has had his chance to prove himself to Real Betis, where he's doing pretty well so far, and it's reported that Real Betis are considering activating the clause in Chadi Riad's contract as soon as this winter transfer market. Now, Chadi Riad has a €3 million clause in his contract, which becomes mandatory if he meets certain objectives, but it also allows Real Betis to activate it whenever they want. And given that Chadi Riad has impressed at Real Betis, it's being reported that the Sevillan team could activate this clause this winter transfer market, which would see Barcelona gain €3 million. Now, if Barcelona do lose Chadi Riad to Real Betis, it will not be a permanent loss, because Barcelona were able to negotiate a buyback clause worth €7 million that would expire in 2 seasons. So if Barcelona ever do decide that they want the services of Chadi Riad, they could activate that clause and bring the Moroccan defender back home. Now, on to the news that Ousmane Dembélé has explained during an interview his reasons to leaving Barcelona and joining PSG. Now, the French attacker said, "Indeed, I said I would stay at Barcelona, but after contacts with PSG, I was convinced to leave. Kylian did not try to convince me. I came to Paris because I love the club. It is a French club and I love it. I came from Evreux, not far from here. Everyone here talks about Paris Saint-Germain. It was written that one day I would sign for this club." So Dembélé explained that the reason that he joined PSG is because he loves the club and it's a Parisian or French club. But let's all be honest, the reason Dembélé left was strictly for the money, because after all, he did try to leave last summer, also with his agent offering him to all the clubs and demanding incredibly high salaries, and when none of the clubs were willing to pay him the salary that he wanted, Dembélé ended up re-signing for Barcelona. But now that he found PSG who are willing to pay him all the money that he wanted, he made the move to the Parisian side. And well, lucky for us, because not only did Dembélé leave €35 million in our coffers, but also he is currently having a horrible season, and thankfully he is now someone else's problem. Now we will end today's video with the news that Vinicius Jr. and Caroline Weir from the Real Madrid women's team have both been given the prize of best players of last season in La Liga. Now, this is another classic example of social Madridismo, which is a term coined by Joan Laporta to express the favoritism that Real Madrid enjoys in Spain, because both the Barcelona men's and the Barcelona women's team were the winners of last La Liga season, but yet two players from Real Madrid were given the title or the prize of best players of last season. Now, you might argue that Vinicius Jr. does deserve that prize. After all, he did have an incredible season last season where he scored, I think it was something like 22 goals and 20 assists. But in the case of Caroline Weir, she plays for the Real Madrid women's team, who won absolutely no trophies, and yet they decided to give it to a Real Madrid women player, where we have the Barcelona women's player who absolutely dominated every competition they were in, and they ended up winning both the Women's League and the Champions League, but yet La Liga decided that Caroline Weir deserved it over the multiple, extremely talented and skillful women's player that Barcelona currently enjoys. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. Finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, peace, Barca.